were you raised in a household with a father?
I was.
Vince, were you?
No, but my grandparents were instrumental, very
And,
instrumental.
and
My
then were
father was the piece.
okay. And then
Yeah.
you had a father in your household?
Yep.
Okay. Because even when you look at the Ebony situation, because I feel like we're putting a lot of blame on women, but she was raised without a father in the household, and I've noticed a lot of women and guys that I just don't click with. They were raised without fathers in their household. So I don't want to just say it's like the women's fault, like it's their fault, it's their fault. Oh, they need to get a man, they need to get a man. Where are all these men having these babies and they not in these households raising these kids though? Like, where are you at? But we want to act like it's the women out here got to do this. Well, they saw their mama do it because she had to do it. So it's a repetitive cycle. And now we're saying, oh, the women out here acting like this. Well, where were y'all men? Why aren't y'all taking care of y'all kids?
No, so I mean, so you make a valid point. So clearly we have some situations where some of these men are not in the picture, right? And like I said, I'm not with that. Yeah, I don't support that, right? I think what we're really trying to convey is when you know something different,
right?
What are you going to do with that information?
How do you know something different? What do you mean? Did you read it?
Well, no, because at the end of the day, like I said, in using, Ebony as the example, let's say, now I know, Janice, I know you didn't see the whole interview. But even Ebony, she's identified that, some of the things that she does is based off of the fact that her father was not available.
Right.
So if you know that, because that's self-admittedly, like I said, nobody pulled that information out of her. She volunteered that. So if you know that, then you also know that based on that, you have to move differently because you have a certain level of trauma that you've already identified. And see, that's the issue that we run into. Like I said, we can't use all of these things as an excuse. Yeah, we know that these things exist. We admit that these things exist, but then we'll continue with our questionable behavior like they don't exist. Yeah, but that's where the issue comes in. And then, at the end of the day, because we don't want to own these things, or we don't want to essentially take the accountability around these particular issues, then it bleeds into everything else. Yep, i.e., we're talking about this bus driver. Yep, at the end of the day, we're talking about this bus driver. Listen, I know why this point went so viral. It went so viral because at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense. Yep, and it's backwards. It's a backwards mindset. Yep, Ayanla made a great point when she was talking in the video, and she said that she would entertain that bus driver if he had integrity. Yep, how often do we hear that now? How often do we hear young ladies today say that they are looking for a man with integrity? I rarely ever hear that. I hear, how much money does he make? I hear, is he a liar? I hear, is he a cheater? I hear, does he have any kids? I hear that type of stuff. I consider that stuff material. But rarely do I hear people talk about integrity and character and honor and loyalty, all of those things that are are sustainable. Yeah, it's like we prioritize the stuff that is not sustainable. His salary and him being a bus driver, that's not a sustainable topic to make a decision on or make a decision around this guy based on his job. He can lose that tomorrow. At the same time, he can come into a job tomorrow and be making $150,000 a year because he was a good bus driver. Now they decided to promote him to the regional director, MDOT. So see, while we ready to shoot that man down because he's driving a bus, we ain't even looked at my man's character. Yeah, we ain't even looked at his integrity. We ain't even looked at the fact that he's a hard worker. We ain't even looked at the fact that my man is the type of dude who's gonna take care of a family, to the ends of time. Like, we ain't even looked at that. We just looking at my man's salary. We just looking at his title. We just looking at his label and basically shooting that man down. Yep, and I think for me, like I said, and I got some points written down, but I think for me, like I said, that is a major problem. I think what we are seeing today is we have a lot of ladies today who will rate themselves off of material things. What job they have, what college they went to, what type of exterior, lashes and anything else they got on and so forth. And that's how they want to categorize themselves. But then it's like, what about what's inside of you? Yeah, like, does that equal up? Yeah, well, we got these high requirements for these fellas. Like, let me go there. Let me go there. Yeah, let me go there.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I have a question when y'all piggyback. I have a question.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and go there, because I'm like, we might as well go and get on to it. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing some of the young ladies ask for, some of these things that are presented as standards today. My question to some of the ladies is, do you even match up to that? Yeah, while you're talking about this guy and he's, driving his bus and all of these types of things, are you really above that man like you think you are? Yeah, because I got real questions around that. Yep, I got real questions around that. Some of the stuff that I see right now is a lot of these ladies say they want to be married. They want to be a wife, right? But just based on some of the comments and some of the posts that I see, I'm not sure that some of the ladies even understand how to be a wife. Yeah, I'm not sure that some of the ladies understand that you're supposed to be a wife before you actually get married. But yet they hold these fellas to these high standards, I'm gonna call them, because I'm not even sure where some of these standards come from. I don't think some of these standards come from the ladies. I think they were fed these things. But I'm not even sure if they truly believe this stuff, or some of the stuff that they're saying that they're looking for these guys to have. So I'm ready to get into it, man. Because I said we got a problem, but I got some more points. I'm gonna come back. You want to say something, Chloe? Well, I know Johnny said you want to say something.
I'm gonna let Johnny's ask.
My question is am I saying this right? Cribs? Is it Ray Cribs?
Yeah, Ray Cribs.
It was on that topic of, like, you're saying she should know better and she should be more, not as she knows, she should. But my thing is, even because she wrote, so the human mind doesn't work like that. Just because you read a book, it doesn't mean that you just change. Like, we had to actively, like, even when I go across the street and I go to the hood, I'm like, why don't y'all just go get a job? Like, you got the internet, you see it, and you know how you can make money. Why don't you just do it? But the human mind doesn't just work like that. Like, you got to actively work on things, or you're just going to go right back on the same path. So, like, Cribs says, if he gets sick, what does he say? If he gets sick in 6 months, it can't bring in the bread anymore. How's that work? Well, that's what I'm saying. At this point, a man or a woman should know, based off our knowledge now, that you can't just work and not save or have some 401k or some kind of savings or some kind of benefits. Like, so for my thing, I don't want to, the excuses can't be, I got sick and now we ain't got no money coming in the house. At this age, you weren't prepared. Like, there's no 401k, there's no savings. At this point, I think we all should be knowledgeable enough to know that you gotta be prepared. You ain't gotta be rich, but you gotta be prepared. Right. So I'm not saying a man can't be a bus driver, but so if he do his job, what we gonna do? What we gonna do, Vince? I'm just supposed to what? Now take care of him and the kids? Why didn't you have some kind of plan? And if you want to lead, to me, I don't have a problem with following it, but you got to have a plan. What's the plan for our future? Give me a plan.
But where do we get?
But at this point,
my daddy had a plan. My granddaddy had a plan. They had benefits at the factory.
But your granddaddy was married to your grandmama for 30 years.
With a plan.
That's the difference. That's the difference. So they built together and built that 401k together and built them kids together. You already got all that. So you talking like you got another 50 years to live. My thing is, at this point, you got, and I don't understand it. You got your own kids, you got your own house, you got all this, but you want somebody that you want to build with when you already done built already. Because your thing is, you don't want to build for him. You're building for if you get married, your 401k is for you and your children. right? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't care if you get married tomorrow. Your 401k, your life insurance is for you and your children.
I mean, if I love him, if I love him, he can get on the life insurance then.
So Janice, I'm hearing something. See, I'm hearing something. So okay, so is this okay? So let me see if I can understand what's happening. So Janice, you tell me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies go out, they get their careers, get their jobs, get their 401ks, get their savings account. When a man comes along, y'all don't want to share nothing that y'all done acquired. Is that true or false?
True.
I don't know.
True. But
come on, Janice, I want to know.
But they want to be equal to men.
No, I never said this.
But they don't want to do what men do.
No. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was married. We was both on each other's insurance. If I got married again, I mean, if I marry you, I guess we should be. I mean, I think we would. Why would I not?
No, what I'm saying is, like I said, this is, like I said, I'm not coming at you because I said I've heard this, similar discussion before, right? What it seems like, because I said you made some statements earlier, and I've heard this stuff before. So you were saying that when the guy come along, if he come into the fold, he can cook too, he can clean too. It's like I ain't about to be taking care of this dude. And like I said, it comes off like I got my stuff. You got your stuff. So if you coming anywhere near my stuff, then you're going to have to pay to play. Like, that's what it sounds like. So even to Vince's point, even though right now you already cooking, you already cleaning, you already, taking care of whatever, paying bills and mortgages and whatever else. But if this guy comes around, then it's like you looking at him like you taking him on like a stray. Like, now you got to take care of him or something. And I'm like, I'm just trying to understand what actually is. I'm saying I'm trying to understand what's happening.
Let's look at it like Chick-fil-A. He's joining the team, okay? And he's gonna have to do the salad station. Maybe I got the cheeseburger station. The kids got the fry station. He's just got to join the team. That's all I'm saying. He's got to be a team player. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, wait. Okay. So listen, you know what? I'm not mad at the analogy. Wait, I'm not mad at the analogy, right? I'm gonna keep it because I like it. Okay, I like it. The only thing is the man's supposed to be the crew leader.
Okay, he can be the leader. I'm cool with that.
He can be the leader and make solid money. He can be the leader and make $15,000.
How much, Vince?
Can he be the leader and make $50,000 a year? I'm gonna give him a little bit more. Can he be the leader?
If he's good with money, a lot of men are technically usually more better at budgeting and with money. I'm horrible at budgeting. So if I get a man that's super good at budgeting, I'm actually okay with it. So that means he should have some savings in his bank account.
No, I didn't say that. I said he made $50,000.
I mean, $50,000 is
conditional.
Great with money.
Huh?
It's conditional. I heard it.
$55,000 ain't great with money. Yes.
Why would you say that? What if he's a teacher? What if he's a teacher? And teachers don't make what? I give 70. Okay, 70. He's a teacher. He's a fifth grade English teacher. He loves it. He don't want to be a principal. He don't want to be an administrator. He want to be a fifth grade English teacher for the rest of his life.
He don't want to be a principal?
He don't want to be a principal. He want to be a fifth grade teacher.
Oh, well, for me, that probably won't work, but I get it. Nothing's wrong with it, but nothing's wrong with it.
So he couldn't.
No, my issue is when you say he don't want to be a principal. Why you just want to stay where you are?
Because he likes teaching. He likes teaching.
I didn't say there's no problem with the money's not the issue. I just like ambition.
Yes, it is. This is the issue. It's the issue. It's all right to say that.
Lord Jesus, Chloe,
it's okay to say that. It's the money.
No. But he likes teaching. Okay, I'm just listen. You already know I'm just picking on you, but for real, I'm just picking on you, Janice. But honestly, no. The truth is, like, this is a real good topic because we have to talk about this stuff, y'all. Like sometimes a person has a career and they literally pick that career because they enjoy it, right? It may not be something that makes a ton of money. Like some careers, but we need these people to do these things. Like we need these people to teach. So we understand that. This is why I give a lot of respect to teachers. We understand that your job is tough, and most teachers are not getting compensated the way that they should, right? But we need y'all to do this job. We need you to do this job. So we can't have every teacher saying they want to be a principal, okay? Because we need some teachers. And so if you are a teacher, and if he's a teacher and he just loves teaching, like thank God we need people who actually love what they do. If they're teaching our kids, then I think that's kind of the point that Ian was making. Like she was like, if he likes it though, like if he really likes what he's doing, like he enjoys it, it may even become his ministry. It's like what he does. Then that man he's standing on something, and that should mean something. Now you just admitted to yourself, Chinese, that men, typically, right? There are always exceptions, but typically men are better at budgeting, right? So if this man is making less money, but he's good at budgeting, then he's already going to know that he needs to have a certain amount of savings. He already needs to know that he needs to have some type of retirement plan for retirement, right? He already knows he needs these things. Him being in that particular position, a bus driver, a teacher, or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't understand how life works, right? This is just the career path that he's on at the moment. And it may even be something he enjoys doing, right? For me, the reason why I talk to women is one, because I'm one, but also because I feel like as women, I agree with Iyanla. Like we haven't learned these things. So it's okay for me to talk to women. I need women to receive though, and not do this every single time. Like don't put the wall up. The reason why we're talking to you, and this topic is specifically to women. So we have topics that talk about men. We have topics that talk about men. We don't shy away from talking about men on this channel. Okay, we talk about men too, right? Men can get to smoke as well. The problem is women, y'all probably don't know, and I'm gonna say this every time I get a chance. Y'all probably don't know that we talk about men because when we talk about men, y'all don't show up to the show. But I digress. We talk about men. Men don't get the same grace that women get. While we're saying that, using Ebony as a case study, she even admitted herself she grew up in a single parent home, her mother being the single parent, right? And now we're supposed to have some kind of grace for her. Yet where's the grace for the men? Because a lot of men, if 80% of the single parent homes in the US are led by women, and Ebony shared this statistic in the interview, 80% of the single parent homes in the United States are led by women. So that means boys are growing up in single parent homes too. Where's their grace? Because ladies, we have to be honest. When a man gets older, we expect these things for him, just like we're talking about now. We expect him to know about 401k. We expect him to know about having savings. We expect him to be manly. We expect him to know how to fix things, be good with his hands. We expect all of that. But some of these men grew up in single parent homes too with their moms. She didn't know how to fix stuff. And if he didn't have a male figure around or some type of male mentor at some point, that means he probably kind of had to learn it as he go, kind of like by life experience, which I think that's okay. All I'm saying is, where's the grace? Like, can they get a little bit of grace too? Like, we both need grace. Women need grace. We didn't, if we grew up in households, we didn't learn it. I agree with you. We need grace. Can we extend that same grace to men though? They need it too. They grew up in the same trauma-filled environments that we grew up in. But why do we, in general, I'm not talking about the people specifically on this panel, in general, why do we not want to extend that same grace? Why do we want men to just figure it out though? Like you just got to figure it out. I don't care about you grew up in this and all of that. You a man, go out there and figure it out. And then we start talking to women. Women are like, well, what about the men? What about them, sis? What about them? What about you? If you can admit that you know that you have adapted some masculine traits because you've had to be the protector and the provider, and you can admit that, you already know then that you're operating out of order. You know it. Because protect and provide is not the hat you're supposed to be wearing. It doesn't mean you're incapable of providing. Who said that? Nobody said that. But it's not the hat that you're supposed to be wearing, because you're supposed to be able to focus on other things. But if you can't, because you're too busy protecting and providing, then you're not balanced. And even, y'all had to say that. And I keep alluding to the interview because that's what we're talking about. She said I was out of order. She said I was a great father. I wasn't a good mother. But that was her.